everybody. Welcome back to the channel. You're listening and viewing the #1 show on Rogers Television Cable 10. Meet the band behind the scenes. I'm the BMD, your host. And today we've been blessed to have the boss man there with the blurred vision behind him, Scott Templeton. And you can see the shirt I'm wearing today. So you lose the shirt contest right up front. And to my left, sir, Jean-Marc, how are you? Is the last name Pisapia?
The last name is Pisapia.
Pisapia.
And yes, your shirt is way better than mine.
Yes, sir. Thank you for taking the time. And thanks to Blackrose Entertainment for bringing us all together today. We're behind, so let's jump right into it. So, Jean-Marc, if I can call you that, can you give the viewers and the listeners a little bit of your background? I know you're one of the founders or the founders of The Box, the band, rock band, punk band, pop music, a real nice blend of music. Listen to you all my life. I'm 68 years old, grew up with you. Pleasure to have you here. So fill us in a little bit of your background, please.
Well, The Box started in 1981. Officially, it hit the market in 1982. And we stayed together for 10 years of complete craze until 1992. 4 albums, a bunch of singles on the radio, a crazy life like you wouldn't believe, and the band died from exhaustion in 1992. Back then, we were just coming back from a 4 months in England recording the 4th album. We were signed with Capitol EMI in Los Angeles. Life was completely crazy, and half of the band wanted to have kids and relationships and a home and not be in hotels all the time. So we dropped dead right there. But then in 2005, the industry kept calling me back, saying that there was a renewed taste for the 80s and that it would be a good thing to get the Box on the road again. So I called the old members of the band and said, what do you say we get ourselves back together? And they said, no, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. But by then, I had met a bunch of people because I had been working in the advertisement industry, doing corporate music, all sorts of things, and a couple of pet projects that I had on the side because, you know, you cannot really leave the stage like that. It follows you. And so I proposed these guys, which I had a band with. We were doing comical things and humorous stuff, musical stuff. And they said, yeah, because all of them were at least 10 years younger than I am. And they were all ex-fans of the Box. There I go. And so they said, yeah. So we started again, and it's been the same band since. In other words, the second version of the Box is now 20 years old. It's been together since 2005, and last March, it was 20 years that we've put things back together. 4 new albums. We do shows almost every year from April to November, and it's just a gas.
And sold out shows, a great following. I know I'm a follower myself. What keeps you still going, motivated, having the edge?
I have a theory. I don't want to make a comparison, but take Mick Jagger, for example. What does that guy do for a living? He is the singer of the Rolling Stone, and he plays that role. He's 80 years old now, right? And his head continues to tell his body, you have to play the role of the lead singer of the Rolling Stones. I don't care if you're Mick Jagger or whatever. You just do what you have to do, and the body follows. And by the way, I've spoken about this to a psychiatrist, and he said I was absolutely dead on. This is my nebulous theory, but he said it was absolutely true. When you have a role to play like that, you just play it and your body follows. I'm 67 now, and it seems like every time I hit the stage, it seems like almost the first time when I was 23 or 22.
Unbelievable. Favorite song of all time? Doesn't have to be your own works and art. Just your favorite song. What pops into your head?
Simon and Garfunkel, Fair, something fair.
Scarborough Fair.
Scarborough Fair. There you go. That
Why
would have
that
to be
one?
it.
Why that one?
Because, well, first of all, the first time I heard it was when I saw the movie with Dustin Hoffman. I think it was The Graduate. And the music plays in that movie. And I was just awestruck immediately, which never happens to me. When I hear a song, it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times for me to listen to it. And then I fall in love with it. It never happens the first time. That time it did. And it's one of the very, very few times that happened.
Wow.
Secondly, when I became a musician professional and started writing music, I started looking at that song, the way the melodies goes against the bass line and all these things. And it's really strange, but it's not strange in a way that'll put you off. It's strange in a way that'll just, make you feel something magical. It's, it's completely, it takes you by surprise, every new note. And it's so soft and it's so moody and it's so extraordinary in its feeling. It was just perfect, absolutely perfect for that movie. So that probably helped, the fact that I've heard the song for the first time while watching that movie. But I'm pretty certain that if I had heard it on the radio, in the car, on the highway with a bunch of people angry at traffic, it would have had the same effect on me.
Favorite venue you've ever played in the world, or one you're looking to play?
I'd say Ontario Place in Toronto. Back then.
Yeah.
In the yeah. Because of the round stage and the fact that the stage rotated. That was extraordinarily fun to do, because I would be at one end of the stage taking care of the crowd while the band was actually facing the other way, taking care of that other half of the audience. And that was a lot of fun to do. And we used to do Ontario Place twice, 2 nights every year. I'd say from 86 to about 1990. And it's it was a pretty big venue. So we had a lot of fun with that.
That's where I saw you once, and the crowd control that you had, and the band, but mainly you had them all. I don't know if you remember. I'm asking you to go back, but you had them all waving to the body language and movements you were doing on stage. Would that be in the memory banks or no?
No.
No.
No, it's not. But I believe you, because I do use my body a lot, like my arms and all that. Yeah. And I do get the people to join in what we do. It's not just especially certain songs. We have one called Crying Out Loud for Love.
Yeah.
It's, the one with the simple melody that goes, da, 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 da. That song is so easy to get the people to jump in. So I'll do it. So I don't have a specific recollection of what you're saying, but I'm not surprised at all about what you say.
Well, I was there. You did do it. I know it. I saw it. I was one of the waivers.
There you go.
On your show, on the new 20-year reboot of The Box, what can the audience expect in the show? Are they living the old regime box? Obviously, new music, new tones, new this and that, but you're still burning up those old songs that just never go away. So what can the audience expect on a box show today?
I'll tell you what, if I went to see the Police and they did not play Roxanne, I would be really pissed off. Okay? So, yes, in the first half of the show, we do some more recent material, which people might not be very familiar with, but we do that. And then in the second half of the show, we do all of the old hits from the 80s. We do them all. Of course, if we play a festival outdoors, for example, and we only have 1 hour to do, and we can only play, let's say, 8 or 9 songs, we're going to try and do the singles, that's for sure, the 80s singles. But when we do a show such as the one scheduled for Oshawa or Brantford in a closed, theater, then we're going to do everything. And it's absolutely, what happens is that once we start doing the hits from the 80s, the party strikes, and it never lets go until the end of the show. And I make sure that people embark and stay on until the end.
So you mentioned moves, body movements, arms, legs, dancing. How good is the dancing now compared to yesteryear? Is there new moves or you're just polishing up the old ones?
I think I'm funnier because I'm clumsier. I used to be a somewhat gracious. I'm not anymore at all. And that's funny. And quite frankly, I don't care. If I start dancing on the stage, it's because I feel like it. And if I look like an idiot, I don't care. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. The idea about this box show is that this new band that I've got since 2005, they're really a bunch of monkeys. And so am I. And so when we get on stage, instead of going there and doing the business, like we have to be there, no. We want to be there. That's the big difference between today and back in the 80s. And so these guys know that exactly, and they have fun. And there's a lot of participation. You talk about me all the time, but you should see the guitar player and the bass player, the way they interact with each other on stage. They're on the front line. The way we interact, the three of us on the front line there, it's crazy. I mean, we have such a great time, but you have to see it to understand it. So yeah, just be there. Just show up and come and see that box thing.
I hear you. What are your thoughts and opinions on the new music today? The influctuation of rap, hip hop, the dance beat at the clubs now, or what's your vision and thoughts on the music, new music?
It's the same as it was back in 1960s, in the 60s when I started listening to music. If I was born in the 11th century, I would have answered the same thing. 95% of every music ever made is crap. But the 5% that remains is absolutely worth it. And that's what you and I know as, the Beatles, the Stones, David Bowie, Elvis Presley, and all that. That's the 5%. Okay. And that 5% is never going to go away. It doesn't matter whether technology has completely changed, whether, fashions change. That doesn't matter at all. And the style doesn't matter either, because 95% of blues is crap. 5% of blues is just genius. And it's the same thing for disco. It's the same thing for rock. It's the same thing for medieval music. It's the same thing for any kind of music, really. So that 5% of music is what you and I listen to. It's what plays on the radio. Well, mostly. It's what we love to, it's what we love to go and fish out for on the internet. There's, of course, a lot of people on the internet now who have music to propose, but it's the same ratio. I mean, back in the 80s, you didn't have the internet. You didn't have, and back in the 18th, in the 19th century, you didn't even have TV. So people had to go places to listen to music and see musicians play it live there in front of them. Otherwise, it wouldn't happen. But it's the same. The rule remains the same. I mean, a music will touch you if it's good. If it's not good, it'll just fly right by your head, and that's the end of that. That was true 100 years ago, and that's going to be true 100 years from now. I'm absolutely certain of that.
Interesting. What music are you listening to nowadays?
It's funny because I don't listen to music generally speaking. I don't know why, by the way, don't ask me. I will listen to music if I have some homework to do. Like, for example, if I need to know what kind of music is happening these days, I'll go on the internet and do a research. But it's not like I'm going to put some music on for me to listen to while doing something else. I don't do that. For some reason, I've never understood it. However, if I have to do it, it's going to be music from the 60s, probably because that's going to remind me of my real early youth, like when I was 6, 7, 8 years old. You know the song "The Girl from Ipanema"? Yeah. Just for the people out there, okay, that song When it came out, I think I was 8. Okay. And by the way, it's one of the most popular songs ever produced on earth. I know that it's the song that has been most copied and interpreted of all the songs on earth, Beatles included. Okay, go figure. And that song really reminds me of certain periods of my life when I was 8 or 9 years old and I was perfectly happy. And so if I have to listen to music because I have people at home and we're having a drink or something like that, I'm going to go on the internet and find Gets Gilberto, and I'm going to play that stuff. That music from the 60s that comes from Brazil. Bossa Nova, it's called. There you go.
And if people want to connect with you right directly in your face, can you tell us your social media IDs, how they can jump aboard?
The best is Facebook or Messenger. And the best way to do that is just to use my name, Jean-Marc Pisapia, exactly the way you see it written there.
Yeah.
Pisapia, Pisapia. Anyway, if you go like lead singer of the Box on YouTube or anywhere, you're going to see my name. So if you want to talk to me on Messenger, that's the one place where I go every day and check my messages, because I have a lot of people who reach out to me through that platform. So just my name. That's it.
Gotcha. Well, sir, it's been wonderful, very informative. And thanks for taking the time out of, sounds like a very busy schedule. And we
I'm going back to
appreciate
my
your time.
Stonewall.
I'm sorry?
I'm going right back to my Stonewall.
Okay, we won't keep you any longer. I'm the BMD. Thanks for joining us on Meet the Band. And we've been with the lead singer of the Box, Jean-Marc Pisapia, I believe.
Pisapia.
Right. I didn't want to offend you. Anyways, if you've had a great time, we always say tell a friend, and we'll catch up next time. See you then. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show. We are back at you. I'm the BMD, your host of Meet the Band, and we are on live Rogers Television Network. We are the #1 show on the circuit, and we are doing a follow-up this morning with the most beautiful Victoria G. We've had her on the show before, and she did a big event here locally in Durham region, and we'll have her back to talk about the good, bad, and the ugly on the show. So, first of all, you're looking lovely this morning, as usual. And how about the event? Were you first happy with the event?
Good morning. Thank you for having me again on your show. And yes, so the event was very successful. We had, a number of community members and model designers, and the entire event just went very well. So it was a night to remember.
Can you tell the audience listening and viewing, can you tell us some of the highlights of the event?
So there was a number of highlights during the event. We started the program with, the mayor of Pickering, Kevin Ash himself. He made a symbolic and impactful speech about mental health and how it has in fact affected him and his family. And from there, we had the Associate Minister of Mental Health and Addictions, VJ, also made a speech, and how mental health is an urgent issue here in our country. Another highlight was also the fashion show itself with the number of designers. They showcased their designs and had, their talents seen by the community. We had some artists doing performances. So it was just a full event full of entertainment and impact to support such a great cause.
So you got your point across re mental health. You accomplished that goal. What about new events or new projects you're working on?
There are a number of community initiatives that I'm in the works brainstorming right now. I believe I want to plan an event, ideally, based on wellness. Since I am a yoga instructor, I have that wellness background and myself. So my next event would have to be something involving wellness, maybe like an expo, or all females that come from different wellness backgrounds. Maybe we can all collaborate and bring that forward to the community.
So this event that you just finished was a success. Is it going to be an annual event? You're happy enough to move forward on year 2, 3, 4?
In terms of this event, it was a lot of planning and organization, and everyone had to come together to put this wonderful night on the red carpet together. So, in terms of going forward with these type of events, I like to do something unique and different each time. So, this wouldn't be a exact repeat, but a different take on it.
Now, if people want to connect with you, can you tell us your social medias?
Of course, I also wanted to put that out there, that thank you to the designers, the stylists, and the several colleges that were also sponsors who sent out students and alumni to help prepare for the show. So that's a great effort made. And in order to connect with me, you can find me on Facebook, Victoria Gangadine. My Instagram is the same name, Victoria Gangadine. And I also have a YouTube channel where I'm doing some vlogs of my journey during Miss Universe Canada, and some tips in my videos of me in the community, doing my community initiatives.
Well, we'd be glad to have you come back anytime you want to announce something you're doing. You're certainly a pleasure to talk to, and hopefully, we woke you up this morning and got you going for your gym class coming up.
I look forward to it.
Okay, well,
I'm planning on going to the gym now, so we'll get some movement or some wellness class.
okay, good. Well, listen, thanks for stopping by, and hopefully, we'll connect again. And you know what we say here on the show: if you're happy, tell a friend. See you then.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. You are on Meet the Band Behind the Scenes with me, your host, the BMD, and my friend and good friend, Boss Man, and a guy that lost the shirt contest today. Say hello to Scott Templeton from Blackrose Entertainment. He's a partner there with his wife, and they run a big promo throughout all of Ontario. And this is called Scott's Corner. And we meet here when we can to talk about what's happening with Blackrose Entertainment. Good morning, sir. And sorry for taking you down on the shirt contest. I thought you were going to out me. You usually out me, but it looks like I've got victory today. How are you?
I'm doing all right, but you don't see the flowers on my shirt because they kind of blend in.
All right. What's happening with Blackrose today?
Well, actually, when we were talking to Jean-Marc there, I was just getting some emails to set up from Brantford all the schedule for the day. So I was answering those while we were talking. So
Blackrose.
that's one thing we do. I have to keep working when we're doing it. So, but we got a busy schedule coming up. We have a lot of things coming up the first week. We don't usually do shows in July, but we've got a few coming up from July, not Canada Day, but after from basically July 4th, I believe it is. July 3rd, from July 3rd to July, right up to the box, which will be finishing off July 13th at the Regent Theater. So those are the big ones that are coming up. The one thing that we did, I can't remember if we discussed it, but remember I told you about Kim Mitchell.
Yes.
It finally got finalized.
Can you
So,
release the date or no?
Yeah, February 15th, uh, Family Day weekend.
Now, is that at the region or a different
That
venue?
will be at the Regent Theater. Yep.
Okay. And
I mean, some of the shows that we have mentioned coming up that Daniel Langlois, he's going to be here on the 18th of August. He is such a talented man. He's written songs for U2 and all the big bands that are out there now. But it's the the Daniel Langlois trio that's going to be here. So it's going to be a really, really good show. And steal the words of Ed Sullivan, but it's going to be amazing.
For that now?
What's that?
Tickets on sale now for Langlois?
Tickets are on sale, and he's going to be at the Regent Theatre. So you can go to the regenttheatre.ca to get your tickets.
Okay, so Scott, last time we picked up, you teased the audience with perhaps a Gowan show at the Pickering Casino. Were you able to wrap that up? You seem to think everybody was in check. How about an update on that one?
Everything is in check. All the I's are dotted and T's crossed, and we're looking forward to move forward with it on February 12th.
And that's at Pickering Casino.
At Pickering Casino.
And how did you wrap up on the Sunday show? I went to the Thursday show. Was it still as stimulating and as good as ever?
Absolutely. Probably one of the I'd rate it as one of the top that we did over the last few years at the Regent Theatre.
Wow.
Now we also have another announcement that's out there too now. It went on sale, and that is Lighthouse with the 5-man electrical band opening.
So, and when's that happening?
That one is February 21st.
Okay.
At the Pickering Casino again.
Well, folks, you've been listening to one of my favorite segments, Scott's Corner. He and his wife are in the industry, just packed with venues and shows. I'm also an attendee on a few of the shows, and I've enjoyed the service, customer service, and it's a wonderful happening and being involved with Blackrose Entertainment. Thanks, Scott, again for contributing and helping for the venue today with the box. And you and your wife, good luck and good success until we meet again. And you know what we say. Please show up next time with a better shirt equal to mine. And if you're having a good time, tell a friend. Hey folks, the BMD here on my show, Meet the Band. If you or your group would like to be a guest on the show, email us at thebmdpodcast@gmail.com. See you then.